No. Hey, everybody, this is Dr. James, Professor of Life from Long Island, New York, and parts unknown. I'm in the parts unknown. I don't know about
You're in
you.
parts unknown. Yeah, that's right. You're in the white room
Yeah,
with
I'm
no
in
black
the
cousins.
white room with the clock on the wall that's broken.
Well, it's right exactly two times a day for exactly
Kamala's
zero amount of time.
Kamala's off on vacation. I don't know where he went. He went to parts unknown.
Parts unknown.
Yeah, and Arjun is roaming around Southeast Asia somewhere.
Spending all those six-digit days working
He
months.
quit his job and he said, "Screw this! I got money. We're gonna honeymoon for 6 months."
Nice, nice if you could do that.
That's what
Nice to do
happens
that with a
when you.
different woman every month, but that's not.
That's what happens when you're a good stock picker. You can afford a six
Yeah,
month.
you get involved in those South American oil plays
Yeah,
and time them just right for yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what
So
happens.
I'm really upset about the analyst that came out with a $42 target on CRISPR. There's a Latin expression, "Morganus Stanleyus factus."
Focus, focus.
Yeah.
Focus. Yeah, well, Morgan
What
Stanley.
gives Morgan Stanley analysts the right to put a $42 target on the stock when every other analyst has like a $60 plus target?
Well, I guess it's this kind of situation where no matter what happens, he can't be wrong.
Yeah,
Andrew's asking us whether or not we're happy with Amazon and Google.
very happy.
Oh, good.
Both they're the cornerstones of my portfolio outside of Walmart. I think my one, two, three are Amazon, Walmart, and Google.
Yeah, Walmart didn't. Walmart pooped the bed.
Did it
Well,
today?
actually, no, no, it did. Well, so it's down only 1% now, but
Well, they're coming out with earnings, I think, Thursday.
everybody's just so worried.
Our earnings
Well,
day.
Home Depot really did poorly
When is earnings for Target? I own that too.
for Target.
I think
Well,
is it tomorrow?
let me see if they even say it.
I
They
think I
they
think
don't announce. They don't announce the earnings dates on StockTwits.
maybe it's either tonight or tomorrow. I'm not sure when it is.
Well, it's down 1.6%.
Maybe it was today. I don't
So a
know.
lot of people, maybe they're just birdie
I
advantage.
haven't been closely following anything, but I have been buying Hut One, Hut Two, Hut Three,
Which one?
Hut
Hut.
HUT,
Oh, Hut.
Hut Hut One, Hut
Yeah,
Two,
Hut.
Hut Three.
Target's been a bit of a disappointment
I've
as of
also
late.
been buying Mara, but I got rid of some Mara.
What's that? The Marathon Digital.
Yeah, the problem with the one I saw an article that SEC is investigating one of their facilities for whatever reason.
Gotcha.
So I cut my exposure. So I bought more hot
And Miso Blast is up a whopping 16 cents.
miso blast.
I'm still in that.
That's Australian, right?
Yes, it's the Australian company that does what? The SARS.
We haven't seen Linus in a while. Hey, Linus.
How's it going?
Yeah. So I feel lethargic today because I had what would have been a really good day led by Amazon and Google if not for CRISPR's
Right.
collapse. CRISPR's collapse and
Down 6.5%.
Morgan Stanley analysts screwed us over, but good.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mister.
Yeah. And it's the same analyst that put a target last quarter of $39. So he was very kind. He raised his target to $42.
Yeah, right. Given that it's only 61 now,
Yeah.
that's a
Well,
very
it was in the 70s at one point.
well, yeah, right, because it's down four. It's down four and a quarter right now.
I guess I'll have to take advantage. Any further weakness I'll add. I'll show that analyst.
Well, that's right. You didn't double down on this yet. When it went lower, I got in a little bit more. So maybe I will. If I really like this, which I do, maybe I'll look for
I
another
think
bargain.
CRISP is going to be first to market, so to speak, on CRISP. On a CRISPR will be the first CRISPR play to go to market.
The first CRISPR play, right? CRISPR will be the first CRISPR play. Well,
Let's
if that's the case, then yeah, when they have good news,
Well, they have the sickle cell drug
sickle
with
cell.
Vertex, and after that gets approved,
Doesn't somebody else have sickle cell also now?
yeah, blue, BLUE,
Okay, yeah.
blue. It's a race. I don't know who's getting approved first.
Yeah, you got to pick the right disease. You got to pick your poison.
Yeah, well, they're both gene editing, but I think CRISPR is CRISPR and blue is not CRISPR.
Right. It's more traditional,
Yeah,
like either an antibody or a.
I don't know how they do the gene editing. CRISPR is like sounds like just cut and paste.
Cut and paste the DNA and just
Yeah,
tell
cut
its
and
neighbor,
paste.
its neighbors join the ride. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, that's pretty much the way the stem cell idea is, right? Like you wash something with brand new stem cells, and hopefully some of that sticks.
yeah. Stem cells has been a pretty big disappointment so far. It's
Yes.
been since, I would say a good 20 years, a lot of research and really very little drugs to show for
Hmm.
it. Some maybe for spinal cord injuries. I can't think of too many pure stem cell drugs.
Some blood disease. It's had its successes.
Yeah, maybe. So, what did we want to look at? We wanted to look at SPY and Q. SPY is really a yawn. Look at SPY.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind if you looked at IWM, just because I think there might be a buying opportunity after all the bad sentiment shakes out.
SPY is really stuck in a narrow trading range between, let's say, the 50 at 405 and the pivot point at 418, the relative high. So we have like a 13-point trading range over the last 3 weeks. That's tight. We're definitely out of the ascending channel. So at this point, it could go either way.
Well, what does our friend Professor Omar have to say about the future?
3 to 30?
He's still on that, huh?
Yep, he's stubborn.
It's stubborn. Yes, okay.
He might be right. Look, I mean,
I know. Look,
if our politicians, if our two-party system, our two-party system could screw us worse than the Morgan Stanley analysts.
exactly.
If they don't get together and raise the debt ceiling, forget it. I mean, how can you not do that? It's going to crash the world markets if they don't.
The question is, how much brinksmanship can you play without causing too much damage? And I don't think these guys are graceful enough to find that answer.
They're both calling each other chicken, right?
Well, I mean, it's really for Congress to do.
McCarthy's trying to get political leverage out of it, and so is Biden.
I don't even know why Biden is even playing this game. Granted, he's running the country.
Well,
It's not his choice.
he has no choice. He has to deal with it. We can't allow the default to occur, and neither can the Republicans.
Well, he should put it on Schumer to take care of it.
Maybe
Instead of entering the fray.
Schumer's involved.
He has no other choice.
Yeah. So the chart tells you right now that we're kind of coming to a head. So I see some kind of movement, at least either to retest the 418 or to retest the 403, 405 level at this point. If you could just draw these two trend lines, these two little lines. And,
right. Well, you have a pretty wide range there.
Yeah, but if you see that it's coming to a head.
Yeah.
You say?
I do.
The pennant is forming.
Let's say a bullish pennant, though.
Yes, unless it's not.
You're right, unless it's not.
I've seen many a bullish pennant go break out to the wrong side. It gets confused. It's it could go either way on
Yeah,
this
I
one.
guess it's the nature of the what's the nature of the
I think
consolidation.
a lot depends on this debt ceiling. It's no longer the banks that's number one issue. It's a debt ceiling.
Yeah, and you see that they testified. It was like, well, who I when he said transitory, I believed him.
Yeah, transitory, transitory Powell.
Please.
Let's take a look at the Qs. The Qs actually,
I'm still short a couple of and
the
I'm big
Qs,
I'm long on my long term positions, but
the
I'm short,
Qs,
short
the Qs, which are dominated by megatech, are in a clear bull market, unlike the spiders.
yeah, I can see that.
It's a clear bull market. New highs every day, pretty much. It's a nice bull run. Let's see what the weekly shows us.
So cabinet guys here, just so you know.
Hey, cabinet guy from the Green Mountain State of Vermont. I don't know what these vertical lines, all these lines are, but they're really messing me up. I'll get rid of them. Extraneous lines. I don't like extraneous lines. But notice how it's hugging the 100 week, and it's found support at the 200 week. So that's the trading range right now between the 100 and the 200 week and the 50, I guess. The 50 is just about touching the 200, which would make a negative cross if it crosses, you see.
Right.
But the Qs on the short term chart is definitely extremely bullish, and even on the weekly, it's pretty good. Let's just draw in one horizontal line. That's this one. It's got a. I would like it to cross 334.
I see that.
That would make me feel good.
Sure.
But it's in a bull. It's in a bull run. It's definitely in a bull run all the way back to probably October. Let's see what this candle is from. From October, October 10th. And then we retested the lows on second of the January 2nd. So we retested the 1010 lows in January, and it's been up since then.
Right.
The only thing that may stop it is the rubbing up against the high from 815, the 334 high. Want to go on? Take that out. Take that out, and if the debt ceiling is no longer an issue, banks behave themselves. I think the market has a tremendous amount of energy to run. It wants to run, very much so. It wants to run. It's just a question of if a couple of things holding it back, but it really wants to run. Let's see just how bad the damage is on CRSP. Go back to the daily. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah.
Right off of that 71 level. Straight down now.
Yeah, we had a couple of good days there.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably going to retest the 1115 high. $54. That's what it looks like, right? It was at 64. I can't see. 64. No, it can't be 60. Let me draw the line.
61 right now.
Maybe it is. I don't know. It's hard to tell. First of all, I'm half blind, so I can't see. Let's just draw the line in. 64. It already
That one.
below that high. This is not good. And you're looking at probably the 200-day now for support. That's pretty low. That's $55. That's where that would be the likely stop. It could easily go down to $55. Yeah. That's what happened last time. The analyst from Morgan Stanley put out his target of $39. The stock was flying. It collapsed all the way to $39.
Right.
He hit the target. Might have gone to
self-fulfilling prophecy.
might have gone to $37, or maybe he's a good analyst. I don't know. All the other analysts are in around $62 or even higher. This guy has to say $42. Who the hell is he? Morgan Stanley.
Noise.
He's friends with Mike Wilson.
Yeah, Mike Wilson was insane.
They went out to lunch together, and Mike
But
said,
I mean, this is a specific.
Mike said SPY 300, and this guy says SPY 300, CRSP 42.
Yeah.
That was the luncheon conversation, you know.
Yeah, but why would CRISPR even show up on these people's radar? It's such a small company.
Because it's an innovative, disruptive technology. Ask Kathy.
Right.
Gene editing is big.
You think Kathy owns a lot of CRISPR?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
She owns a lot of CRISPR, a lot of Roku, a lot of Palantir, a lot of Tesla. Those are some of her favorites. Some of her favorite things.
Some of her favorite things.
Yeah, I like Kathy.
Being with her in ARC means I'm double buying a lot of these.
Yeah, well, it's unfortunate CRISPR took a hit today, but I think if it goes down to the 200, it's time to add.
Yeah.
I'll save my nickels in my piggy bank until then.
I understand why you would do that.
I'm not going to rush.
I did go in once, to sort of back up my position, and I guess I'll do it again.
You have to.
That's the way you throw good money after bad. But,
no, on really good,
spend my time.
really good stocks and really good prospects. You have to. So this is the one you want to look at, IWM?
Yeah, no, I wanted to see this because for the longest time remember, it was at 220 for the longest time, but it had been teasing 175 forever.
Well, you have this very strong double bottom that it put in. And it also has a very strong double top. So you're trading.
My idea is if it's going to find the range.
It's also this is a pretty narrow trading range, just like the spiders.
Well, remember last year or 2 years ago, this one had a very narrow range also, but the narrow range was 50 points higher than this.
Well, you're looking at a range between 167 and 180. 180?
Yeah.
I can't see. 180, right?
Yeah, so I guess after the next...
that's very narrow.
The next bear run would be worth getting into again.
That's a very narrow range. What is that? 13 points? Very narrow. And it's been in that range for a long time at this point.
Yeah, no, long term it's going to go back closer to 200, I think.
Well, I would like to see a positive cross of the 50 and the 200 instead of that negative cross.
I meant 200 points, not the 200 year.
Oh, the 200 is up here, and it happens to be at 180.91 now, roughly, somewhere around that. The 100 and the 100 and the 200 are both trading in the same vicinity now, both right around the same area. And it's actually below the 50 now. It's trading below the 50.
Right. This might be attractive.
This is the ugliest of the ugliest of the three of them between ETFs, spiders, and Qs. That's why I closed my position a long time ago in IWM, moved it into SPY and
I can
Qs.
understand that.
And then from that point, I moved money from the SPY into the Qs. I'm very much heavily weighted on the Qs. I'm looking to get the maximum exposure on a move up. And I've achieved that. I have three portfolios. On my strongest portfolio, I'm at 20% on the year. I think that's what the Qs are up on the year. So, yeah, of course, I don't only have Qs, but the Qs are helping me, not hurting me. And
It's like, hey, we haven't done Amazon yet.
yeah, Amazon, Google. Amazon's finally breaking out, thank God. Look at
Yeah,
that.
I know, little by little, but it's right when this something tells me that whatever growth happens, it's gonna be strong growth.
The February 2nd high, once that was taken out, I knew we were in good shape. That was 114, basically.
Right.
We took it out, but dropped back, right? Let's take a look. I think we took it out. Didn't we take it out today, I think?
Let's take a look.
Pretty sure we did. Yeah, we took it out. Intraday. And it even closed higher. Amazon's very bullish. It's quite not quite as bullish as Google, but it's close. It's looking strong. I think 140 is an attainable end of year target on Amazon. So it's been a beautiful trend line follower. It's been following trend. Let's just try to draw that trend line. I'll draw it from here.
Hmm.
And I'll extend it to where I think it should be. Well, actually, if you follow trend, it's ahead of where it should be. It's exceeding its trend line growth. It's looking good. Amazon's looking quite good. Even if it drops back to the lower to this trend line, it's still in a very strong ascending bull run. And I think it continues. Walmart may have an influence on it when it reports. What do you think? You think Walmart will beat earnings estimates or no?
Well, I'd say that the whatever made somebody was asking today whether or not what's going on at Home Depot pretends more widely to retail, and the talking head was pretty confident that it would. That it's not just about construction. That it's just about the consumer in general. But on the other hand,
I
where
think big ticket
they're
items
going to have to go
can.
to Walmart because they're not going to go. They're not going to go to the to the expensive stores.
Yeah, I think big ticket items could be hurt.
So
Probably.
it would seem to me that Walmart and Target should still sustain pretty decent
I'm more nervous about my Target than I am my Walmart.
because Target's been very deflated lately.
I just don't like the chart.
Have
So
you
I'm more nervous about Target.
Did you do the Target chart yet?
No, but I guess I should. But I wanted to do
Yeah, it's
Google.
not going to look like this.
Google. Oh, look at Google breakout. Wow, this old lady is roaring.
Old lady.
Oh, full of steam. Old man, whatever you want to call it.
Mm. Yeah, it's all 25, 26 years old.
Yeah. Well, it must be older than that.
95.
Really? It was founded then, or we came on the market at that
Their
time?
official, when the two guys met was 1995.
All right, really? So we have a little ways to go before we have resistance at 122 and change. I think it's going to be hard to derail this one. It's just got so much Momo.
Yeah, some of this is that whole AI business. The thing at Google is definitely going to be one of the big players.
It definitely is. I was playing with Bard, which is their chat, their new chat box.
Uh-huh.
It seems pretty good, pretty responsive. BARD. That's their answer to ChatGPT. The weekly looks strong. The same lines, 122 on the weekly. That's the key number here, 122. Take that out, and new highs maybe eventually this year. Google looks really super. It's amped up, Google. I remember when I added at 102, and I thought it was a great ad, and then
Hmm.
it
I
went
did.
down to much lower in the 90s or so, 90 or so. I felt foolish adding at 102. Now I don't feel foolish anymore. Meta is consolidating a little. It still looks good.
Are you on the weekly still, or
Weekly.
daily?
I'll go back to the daily. I wasn't going to do Meta, but I'll just take a peek.
Yeah, well,
Consolidating a little off the high, but it's okay. It's following the 12-day up. Meta's taking a little breather, but I like my target at 250. 250 target for Meta looks very attainable. I wanted to do
Speaking
hot
of Target, go to Target just for a sec.
target before hot.
Yeah, only because I wanted to compare that against the Amazon.
Yeah, I'm nervous about this one.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, this is not the happy-go-lucky that Amazon is.
I don't like this candle today. I don't like it. Today's candle is upsetting me. Below trend line.
Hmm. Bless you.
When the news doesn't say when earnings are.
Like I said, the stock twits doesn't say it. It must be a different.
After hours, it's
Yeah.
up one, but I don't think that's earnings. Must be tomorrow morning. No, I think. Although I don't know.
I'll see if.
Andrew knows. He knows everything.
Yeah, if he does, he ain't saying.
Yeah,
Earnings tomorrow.
earnings tomorrow. Okay. And Walmart's the next day, I believe. So tomorrow morning, I'll know whether I'm richer or poor, right?
2 days to earnings on Walmart.
2 days. Yeah. Well, if Target earnings disappoint, well, it might sell off Walmart tomorrow in sympathy.
Right.
But if Target is up, then it doesn't matter anyway because it's just going to move so much based on earnings, Walmart.
Right.
And,
There
and
is still this
also,
question of what the
also
consumer is going to be doing
more
over the next year.
importantly, on guidance. Guidance is everything.
Are you expecting a recession this year?
Uh, Mild.
Okay, because a lot of people are planning around that.
We may not get a recession. We may get, like 0.25 positive growth. Some
Right.
hovering around zero. But I don't expect anything of any consequence unless the government our Congress puts us into one. The Fed tried to put us into one, but
Right.
failed.
Yeah.
They
Well,
need, they
no,
need
their master plan has it coming like right after the summer.
they tried real hard to get us into recession. Nothing is derailing the American stock market, but the default would.
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen? They're gonna raise the ceiling, but they're gonna raise the ceiling for like a month and a half, and then they're gonna have the same bullshit a month and a half.
They'll kick the can down the road, right?
Yeah, but I mean, they're not even going to kick it very far.
Just to sort of the X date is in July when my treasuries expire. Come due.
Exactly.
I'll kick the can down the road just to make mine the X date.
Right. They're looking that up specifically.
Yeah, they're saying, when is Dr. J's treasuries come due? All right, so look, this is not a terrible chart, but today's candle is pretty terrible. So the expectation for earnings must not be too good. But
So
it did recover, did it not? It was much lower on the day. So it's not the worst candle.
no, I know. I mean, you still have an upward trending line, which is more optimistic than my own experience has been about this.
A small bounce off the lows doesn't get me too excited. But Walmart has much better chart than this. Let's look at Walmart. It sold off today too, right?
Yeah, 1.5%.
It had a tremendous run off the low.
Well, you're not gonna like that. You're not gonna like that bar candle.
No, this is a horrible candle with a gap down. Don't like that candle. And it's also below whatever trend line it was trying to form. Right about here.
Larry's asking if anyone else is holding the PLX bag after the PDUFA sell the news.
Not me. I refuse to buy BioDrec right now.
Wasn't PLX one of the
That's a Curtis play, yeah.
Curtis recommendation? So what ended up happening with that? I didn't keep an eye
Look,
on
even Curtis doesn't bat 100%.
it. That's okay.
Nobody bats 100%. Mickey Mantle didn't bat 100%.
No, he did not.
Joe DiMaggio didn't bat 100%. Whatever. It seemed like it, but he didn't.
Right.
Occasionally he made out. Was he? Would you say he was the most consistent hitter of all times in terms of seeing the strike zone? Anyway, he never struck out the whole career. He hardly
Right.
struck out.
The heavy hitters like Mickey Mantle would tend to strike out a lot too, as did Babe Ruth.
And DiMaggio had plenty of power, but he saw the strike zone. He never
Yeah,
struck out.
just a much smarter player. I mean, as much as
I don't remember him.
God, I wouldn't. There are a lot of gods in baseball.
I actually don't remember DiMaggio, but I do remember Mickey very well.
Yeah, no, I know. Mickey was just before my time,
Yeah.
but obviously all the years afterwards, everything was about Mickey Mantle.
Yeah, Mickey Mantle was amazing. I mean, you had three amazing ball players in New York. Duke Snyder, Mickey Mantle, and Willie Mays, all amazing. But this Walmart chart, speaking of amazing, is pretty amazing too.
It's a lot happier chart overall than Target is.
Yeah, it's for a 5 and 10 cent store, That's what it reminds me of, the old 5 and dime.
Yeah, like Woolworth.
Woolworth, yeah. Even though it gapped down today, it closed up off the lows, and it didn't go lower than recent lows. So,
I bought this guy at 150 a million years ago, and he just stays at yes and no, yes and no. But
I bought it at about 150, but I kept buying it down. So
that was good. Yeah, I know.
What
I'm saying is that it's this is its home around 150.
It does seem that way. It likes to gravitate up there. And it's hard for it to break through much once it gets there. 155 maybe.
Exactly. I don't think I've seen more than 160. I mean, we'd see what the high is, but
154.64 back here in November.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure, if you go back very far, you're still not going to see much higher than that.
I just don't know what my guess. I'll tell you what my guess is. I'm going to guess probably be the opposite. I'm going to guess Target will disappoint and Walmart will beat.
Okay, I'd say it's a reasonable bet. I mean, like I said, when you look at when you look at the overall charts, this looks like happier news. Like you said, despite that last candle.
Yeah, actually, tomorrow might be another red candle, but I don't think it'll go below the low of the day today. So I think you get a mild sell-off awaiting earnings on.
Right, and then if it turns out like what you're saying, then it'll pop up above your trend line.
Yeah, it could be a nice rally. Maybe it breaks above that 155.
So that the old floor becomes the old floor again instead of the new ceiling.
I'm always getting Walmart packages, almost as frequent as Amazon.
Do you really?
Yeah,
That's wild. I don't shop them as much.
I don't. I
It has
don't.
to do with whether or not their AWS is going to be as good as Amazon's AWS.
No,
It's not,
no.
and I've been dying for them to come up with one.
Yeah,
I mean, they got bright people working for them.
they have Prime though, something like Prime Plus.
It's just not the. It doesn't have the same sexiness as Amazon's.
No, but its delivery time is great. They have a lot of groceries that you could buy. I buy my Wheaties from
Yes, you're right. I mean, that's right. We've been buying a lot of cereal. Actually, I think we've been doing Target, but yeah, we haven't been buying the cereal at the store anymore.
uh Yeah, I buy
It's like
four
$8
boxes.
versus $5.
I'll buy four boxes of Wheaties at a time, or whatever
Yeah,
cereal I'm into at the moment. Either Wheaties or Honey Nut Cheerios. One of
I know. I like those.
hot.
Oh, there we go. Yes, you've been.
This is a sexy stock. Hot. It's a data miner. I mean, a crypto miner, Bitcoin miner, whatever you want to call it. And I think that their price is right. Chart is not anything to get too excited about, but it's certainly stabilized at the lows. And if it takes, I think it will take out the recent high. So I wanted to take out 224. I'm very bullish Bitcoin for a number of reasons. I think it's an anti-bank failure play.
Maybe yes.
It's also going to be it's a debt ceiling play, just like gold.
Makes a lot of sense, actually.
So if you want to be bullish gold, fine. If you want to be bullish Bitcoin, also fine.
No.
I'm not.
Gold has been on its hair.
I'm not a gold lover. I'm not a gold lover. There is a downward, looking bias to this stock, but I think it's got potential. If Bitcoin moves up like I think it will, I think this one will take out the old high for the year, which was probably this candle here on 255. I see this going to $3, which would be a very nice move.
Sure.
Hut. I've been adding to Hut. Mara, of course, I sold a little, sold about half. And maybe I'll start buying that back if at around the 50. I like Mara, even though it's under investigation. But again, a lot of SEC inquiries don't mean anything. Some of them, unfortunately, do, but this one is probably not very consequential, I hope. So it's been a great play from the beginning of the year, up about at least double from the beginning of the year. I see 513 on
Same basic move.
in March. It's made a nice move. What was it here? It was five, also low fives. Nice move, basically doubled. Gave back a little recently. It had been 1250, which I liked even more, but I've been buying it straight through. I sold some because I got a little scared. So also I felt it was due for to give back anyway.
Look, when you're doing profits instead of losses,
It's always okay to
yeah,
ring the cash register.
nice. It's nice to post a profit.
Yeah,
I mean, tax wise, there's plenty of losses to offset.
yeah. What about Aurenia was one of my big positions, and I'm still waiting.
Now, since you're talking about Aurenia, remember the reason that you're so bullish on Aurenia is because it might very well get sold. But a lot of people at CNBC were like, well, that the FTC is putting the kibosh on a deal. Are a lot of these small companies that are really part of the design of them is to find a good drug and then sell out. But if the FTC won't let you, then that's the business model goes to hell.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell is with the government? Don't they? Didn't they ever hear of laissez-faire?
Especially about stuff like this.
Yeah, come on, don't
I
overregulate.
mean, they're trying to say, oh well, we want these smaller companies to survive. That's like that's like the Spartans who threw their kids out, and if they didn't get eaten by the wolves, then they were tough kids.
Who was the big laissez-faire guy from way back in American history with the pamphlet? He was giving out a pamphlet. Paine?
Oh, I was thinking Smith, but right, it's probably Payne.
Who was it?
I was thinking Smith, but I could be wrong.
I thought it was
Payne.
Paine.
Yeah, I think it's Payne.
It's funny with Pal. When we had Pally on, I backed off about the Lisp argument. I said it was MIT that developed Lisp. MIT professors. He said no, it was Harvard. I said okay, you're probably right, but I was right.
Right. No, you ended up being right on that one.
Occasionally I'm right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you teach the stuff, so
Yeah,
you're an authority.
my memory is still not shot to hell.
Right. Exactly. I mean, other people could be authorities, but you could be an authority too.
I actually programmed in Lisp way back when. I remember something that had atoms. I forget the way it worked. But
So now going back to Aurenia specifically, um,
yucky candle today.
yeah, I mean, but it's been on a downtrend. Again, it's this kind of thing where it's one of these days, 24 is going to come, 24 is going to come. Somebody's
Well, you
going to
know
buy
what it
it.
is? Apparently we have to vote out the CEO, the CFO, and the COO and get fresh blood in there. That's what the shareholder wants, the guy that owns 4%. And then you first got to set it straight and sell it. Maybe you're a year away. Maybe who knows? If you accomplish all that, you're probably very salesable down the road, but maybe not tomorrow.
Yeah,
And nobody likes to sit with Biodrug for long.
yeah. I've learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm still
Nvidia
sitting
had
on Visa.
Nvidia had a good day in sympathy to with AMD. Is that it?
Yeah. No, Nvidia looks like it's had a good year.
It's had a tremendous year. Don't short this one. You can short a lot of things, but don't short megatech, period. Do not short megatech. If anything, buy calls on megatech. Of course, our opinions are strictly our own. They're not investment advice. Check with an advisor before acting. Do your own due diligence, all that good stuff. Right? We don't have our own opinions, do we? I mean, they're all our
I have
own.
your opinion.
They're all our own. We don't have insider opinions.
No, certainly not.
I don't know any insider.
If you look at the value of my portfolio over time, you'd know that I'm not connected.
In fact, before I make a friend, I say, hey, by the way, are you an insider? If they say yes, I don't make a friend. I check them out first,
First time to buy you a meal, and then
I have a show, and I tell everybody that my opinions are strictly my own, so I can't know any insiders. I don't know any. No
According to the
insight.
clock on the wall, we've gone considerably over.
It's because we're bullshitting too much.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't mind. If our audience minds, I'm sorry.
Half of the show is you can get some good information out of it. Half of the show is just bullshit.
It's
Let's
outside.
see.
It's not even inside baseball. It's outside
Let's
baseball.
see. Let's see who came. I want to take attendance.
You can take attendance.
Anyone in PHAT STEM or TGTX? I'm in none of them. I own two of the three, but I'm currently in none. And Amazon, I guess we covered
Yeah,
Amazon.
we did.
And Larry says PLX bag.
That was the whole thing about. I didn't even know PLX was a bag to be held.
Yeah, I guess maybe they got one of those
Ufa.
yucky letters from the
Yeah.
FDA,
Yeah, that'll do it.
CRL, probably.
That'll do it.
I'm not sure, but I would imagine that's what happened. I'm very bullish Bitcoin. Yeah, I think Bitcoin. I'm not sure exactly target-wise where it's going to go, but I think up is the general direction. So buy the dip on Bitcoin. Buy the dip on SPX. Buy the dip on Bitcoin. And buy the dip on Megatech. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't have to own anything else, I think. Look at this. PLX got two approvals in a week and the stock still went down.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at the chart right now. It's been a bad couple of days.
That shows you how bad BioDrek is. You win and you lose.
Exactly.
Could you imagine if you lose and you really lose?
If you lose, you lose, and if you win, you lose. Right.
Something like that.
No, it's been happening.
As the 3-card Monty man says, black or loose. Did you ever see the Monty men on the streets of Manhattan?
Yeah, they fleeced me $150 once.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Not my proudest moment.
That they have shills and whatnot working.
Yeah, I know. I was very well manipulated.
Yeah, and then try to collect if you win. I once, I could tell what the story is because I know how to do it. So not that I ever did it, but I know how. I would never stoop so low as to do that. But in any event, I put $20 in the right place. The guy pulled a knife on me. Forget it.
Really?
Yeah. You're not allowed to win.
Well, that's right. Elon was on CNBC. Ford pulled out of China, thinking that the competition was just too high there.
Yeah, the Chinese have their own EV.
Hey, I'm on Neo. Neo ain't doing anything.
Neo, XPEV.
The other ones are doing a little bit better. XPEV.
Lee Motors. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tesla. They sell Tesla in China. I heard.
Tesla's in China. Yeah.
Yeah. Even GM is in China.
Yeah, they were saying that Mara was doing better in China than Ford was.
I think this was a terrific, relaxing show. I had a great time doing it. Thanks a lot, Professor Spike. Thanks a lot for joining us, Larry, Andrew, Linus, Kitty, Cabinet Guy, and Andrew, and so on and so forth, whoever else is watching. And if you're not watching live, I hope you enjoy the show on repeat. It's not called repeat. What's it called? What's the right word? Not repeat. What's the right word? If you're not watching it live, you're watching it on video, right?
I would say.
Any which way that you're watching it, as long as
in non-real time.
As long as you watch it, give us a like or two or three. You can vote more than once. You can give us more than one like. Am I being silly now?
Replay, right. We're watching it on replay. Very good, Andrew. Thank you.
Replay. All right, so we appreciate all our viewers, whether it's replay, live, or otherwise. And good luck playing the market and so on and so forth. you need a little luck. You need a little bit of luck to go your way, and it certainly helps. Hasta,
Be lucky then to be
how do
good.
you say hasta Thursday? I have no idea.
Hasta
Ciao.